Good morning and happy Friday to all of you. Good afternoon as well. Good evening for those of you that are in a later time zone. Thank you so much for tuning in for this week's Student Bulletin. It is so great to see all of you here. We've got Bonnie checking in from Oregon. Celeste is in Claremont, California. John. We've got Celine, Robert, Donna. Erin is here from Dayton. She's like right next door to me in Columbus, Ohio. Renat is here from Germany. We have Heather who made it. Excellent. Carol and Nancy in Iowa, which is fantastic. So good to see all of you. I'm going to jump right into showing you some awesome student art from this week in the schoolyard. Lisa is also checking in. So good to have Lisa with us. I want to start off by showing you guys some stuff that students are doing in our courses right now. A lot of you doing homework assignments and making all sorts of progress in our courses, which is so fun to see. One of our students, Donna, just started in our mixed media course. So this is her first homework assignment, and I love the bubble wrap kind of beehive print that she used for some stamping in there, and she added some stamped letters as well. So it's clear Donna is having fun playing with materials as part of mixed media. We've got Maria here too, which is awesome. Andrea from Germany as well. Another student working in our watercolor rules course, Lori, actually used a few minutes that she had standing at her kitchen counter to quickly just paint her harvest from her garden. And I love the idea of documenting the stuff that you grow in your garden. And I've actually painted a few vegetables myself. My garden hasn't done so well, so I haven't had many things to paint, but I love Lori using her own garden as inspiration. We've got Tom here as well, and Lisa's asking if Maria has a note for being late. So don't worry, we don't require any teacher's notes. No worries about that. Another student who's using skills that she learned from a workshop with Onmar Wynn is Tina, and she did this 30 days, 30 pieces of trash, essentially, little paintings of things that she was discarding. And I love that Tina kind of took the skills that she was using in the Onmar workshop, using ink and watercolor, and she came up with these wonderful drawings and paintings of things that you throw away. So I think this is a really great way to also think about things that you're using and waste from a waste perspective, things that you're recycling or putting in the trash. But it's also just a great way to practice those skills and to have a lot of subjects, at your use, at your availability. So Tina has been doing 30 pieces of trash as part of a little watercolor challenge. And I love that idea. So Tina, thank you for sharing that with us. Another student that I just want to shout out to, I actually showed her work last week when she made her first urban sketch on location. She was really nervous about it. Her name's Alice, and she actually went back for her second drawing. And she commented that she felt such a boost of confidence from us celebrating her first urban sketch. And I'm so proud of Alice for getting back out there for a second sketch on location. And I think this turned out so lovely with the colors she chose. And she's making really great progress. So Alice, I just want to tip my hat to you for keeping up with it and trying again to sketch on location. Lolita is here checking in saying hi. Jesus is here as well as Stephanie. So great to see all of you. Another student, Irene, she did this really cool drawing on toned paper. And I love that she's experimenting with paper that is not white. So working on a different colored background and using some different materials like white ink yields some really amazing results. So Irene, thank you for sharing that lion with us. It's also Leo season. I'm a Leo. My birthday's coming up next week. So this is a perfect time to be letting our inner lion out. So I love it. Tina just corrected me. It was 30 days of trash. So that's the challenge, which I love it. So Tina, thank you for sharing that with us. Another student is practicing her shading and cross-hatching by drawing this little birdhouse that's outside of her house and has a nice story. It was made by some family members. And I love, documenting the things that are in our environment. And it seems like this birdhouse is a little bit sentimental. And I love that Jen is practicing her cross-hatching and her shading in pencil. I think it looks great. We also have a drawing from Lolita, who did this mixed media piece, kind of talking about the things that she misses when it comes to touch and hugging and things like that in light of COVID-19. So Lolita shared this piece, and I just love it because I think we can all relate to it right now. You know, we miss hugging our friends and our family members, or the people that we don't live with, and I think Lolita captured that perfectly with this mixed media piece of art. And I just really loved how it turned out with her text that she added, and then her handprints and stamping. So Lolita, thank you for sharing that with us. Another student, Elena, she shared this idea, and it's the cutest little tiny sketchbook. And she refers to it as her emergency go sketchbook for stolen creative moments. So Elena is a really busy mom, and she said she tucks this in her purse. You know, it's just on basic paper for any time that she can sneak away, even just 1 minute for drawing. So I love the idea that Elena is just always ready to make art, even when it takes this tiny little moment and a tiny little sketchbook. So Elena, that's great, and I love that you're trying to stay creative when you're on the go. So thank you for sharing that with us. Plus, it's just really cute, because small things are really cute. So I love the idea of a tiny, tiny pocket sketchbook. And you can honestly make one yourself out of an 8.5 by 11 piece of printer paper, you know, a little accordion book. So Elena, I love that idea. Another student, Lily, shared this really beautiful self-portrait that she did of herself with her pets. And I've seen people pose with their dogs for selfies, but I've never seen someone include a little mouse on her shoulder, or rat, or whatever that critter is. So Lily, thank you for sharing your self-portrait. It has sort of a dreamy-like quality, and I just love that you put your pets in your portrait with you. We've also got Leanne checking in, which is great. Audrey, excellent. Artifacts Mom is also here joining us today. Another student, Lizzie, she shared just documenting something that she collects. So she collects these ceramic pitchers, and she decided to draw all of them. And, you know, I think about things that I kind of collect. This also makes me want to draw all my running shoes, you know, sort of as like a study. So Lizzie found that when she was observing all these pictures, she started to notice how they were made and the different elements and the different ways that ceramic artists produce them. So I loved Lizzie's idea of doing a study of something fond to her and something that she collects that might be lying around her house. So for any of you with collections of things, I love this idea that Lizzie had to just draw them all and really document them. So Lizzie, thanks for sharing that. And I wanted to share some art from our Draw With Me session with Danny this week. This was one image that just stood out to me in the schoolyard. Students drew kings that Danny posted photos of. And Melissa did this little mashup, and I just love the way that she used color in the background for these, and the way that she used lettering to label them. And I think this just looks like it's out of a magazine or a graphic novel. So Melissa, thank you for sharing your kings with us. I love how they turned out. They're just really cool little caricatures, and I just really enjoyed them. And a lot of you guys had fun drawing the kings. And for anyone that missed that, you can check out the Draw With Me video that's on our channel from yesterday's session with Danny if you want some inspiration for some quick portraiture. So now is our time. We've looked at some art, we've talked about it. Now is the time to draw together. So usually if you're just joining me for the first time, this is a time where we do our 4-minute focus, is what we call it. So I set a timer, I grab a sketchbook, I encourage you to grab a sketchbook. I'm just going to work in a Lamy Safari today, and I'll give you just a really basic little prompt of something that we can do together. You don't have to do it. You can draw whatever you want, whatever you're working on right now is totally fine. But today's prompt is that we're going to draw an object that you've touched or used today. So this could be anything on your desk. This could be something that you use to make your breakfast or your dinner. I'm going to draw, I got some new glasses that are light blocking for staring at a screen all day. And I figured, you know, if I'm going to wear glasses while staring at my computer, I might as well make them fun ones. So I got these crazy floral print glasses that I would not normally wear as my everyday glasses. So I'm going to draw these because I've been wearing those and touching those every day. But I encourage you to grab something near you, an object that you've used or touched today. And I'm going to get our timer pulled up here, and we'll go ahead and get started. So grab your sketchbook, and I want you to draw something near you, something that you've used today or that you've touched. And this is just a really basic prompt, but I do like it because it kind of makes you think about, what are the objects that you interact with on a daily basis? What are kind of the essentials? Like, what do you need to do every day to kind of get through your day? So for me, it's light blocking glasses because I'm working on a screen a lot. I think that's kind of telling. It might be a coffee maker. I know certainly touching something caffeinated is a requirement for me every day. I don't know about you. But I want you to just think about the things that you use on a daily basis. And it also just kind of makes you appreciate these objects, right? That we have access to them. Whether it's technology or tools, we're thankful that those original cavemen, started using tools to get things done more efficiently. So I think I just like the idea of documenting something that helped you get through your day today. And this could also be something really simple. It could be like a doorknob or a fork or a window that you opened. For us lately, it's been really hot. Where I live in Ohio, it's summer. And yesterday, our air conditioner stopped working. So we had to get that fixed. And, touching the thermostat, that made me appreciate that it doesn't always work. And that we had to give that some attention. So kind of just makes you think about the things that you rely on, to get through life. And I'll be curious to see what you guys, make of this, what you come up with. So if you are drawing with us right now, which I hope you are, I would love if you shared it in the schoolyard using the student bulletin topic, or also on social media using the daily drawing habit topic. So I'd love to see your drawings, whatever it is that you used today or touched. That is what we are working on. And I'm finding that glasses are pretty tricky to draw. I don't think I've ever drawn a pair of glasses before. Kind of thinking, why did I make that choice? I'd rather just look at them than draw them because they look a little wonky. But I like using this as a little warm-up. So if you're just popping in, we are drawing something that we used or touched today. Whether it's a tool or an object in your house or an object in your desk, your table, that is what we are drawing. And for me, I'm drawing a pair of light blocking glasses that I just bought. So I love doing this just to it's my first drawing of the day usually when I'm with you guys. So it just kind of gets me warmed up and also gets me excited to draw this weekend, to spend a little more time making art. So whatever it is for you, I hope that you are drawing with me right now. We've got about a minute left. And I'm realizing I've made some grave errors to my wonky glasses, but looks like Artifacts is working on her next project, which is great. Yeah, definitely. Work on something else if that suits you. But right now I'm drawing these glasses, and they are not perfect, but I'm excited later to go in with colored pencil and add the color, because they've got a bunch of little watercolor looking flowers on them, and I'm pretty excited about that. So I'm going to do that with colored pencil later. Some of you can go back into your drawings after we're done together, add some finishing touches. I will certainly be doing that same thing. But so far, I ran out of room, and I've got some wonky glasses that go off the page. So maybe I will add some text or write about them. I think the blue light blocking glasses are interesting. I don't know if it's a placebo, but I feel like they actually work. I feel like I get less tension headaches from staring at a screen, so I'll take it, even if it's all in my mind. But that's what I drew today, and I hope that you were able to draw with me. And I also just want to remind all of you that we've got a couple events coming up soon. So today we will have a watercolor rules community conversation session. I'm going to host that in about an hour at noon. If you're in the watercolor rules course or in the schoolyard, check out the watercolor rules group. and there are event details there for that. It's going to be a Zoom call, and we're going to be sharing our homework and our discoveries and challenges from the watercolor rules course. And then we also have a sketchbook happy hour happening today at the end of the day. So at 3 p.m. Eastern, we're going to be on Zoom together working on whatever project you want to work on. So I make a playlist, we hop on Zoom for an hour, bring a beverage, whatever you want that to be. Erin is an optician, and she says blue light blockers will help you. So I am so glad we have an expert in the room that can verify that I'm not crazy, that they actually help. But I hope to see all of you for our sketchbook happy hour. You can get the Zoom details in the schoolyard under events. It starts at 3 p.m. Eastern. And then on Monday, yes, I do have a busy screen day, Maria says. I do, it's true. I'm going to take lots of drawing breaks. On Monday, we'll have our Creative Manifesto session for the month of August. I can't believe it's August already. So Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern, we'll get together on YouTube here on our channel and talk about our creative goals for the month of August. So that's kind of a creative brainstorming exercise. I really like doing it. It sort of helps me focus each month, and I think it helps all of you focus a little bit more. So lots of things going on. I really appreciate you all tuning in and joining me today, and I'll see you right back here next week, and maybe I'll see you later today at some of our other events or on Monday for the Creative Manifesto session. Thanks for joining me, and have an awesome rest of your Friday and an amazing weekend. Thank you.